Hi and welcome back to my tricycle life. So today we are going to talk about how we realign our Sunseeker or recumbent tricycles. Um, like the one, like the recumbent tricycle beside me. This isn't usually our one of our typical uh, tadpoles that we see on this channel. Um, but actually one of the this is the first recumbent tricycle that I own. Um, and that I put on the table to do a realignment. Um, because I haven't done a realignment on this bike for a long while. So I wanted to see how bad it was because the last time that I did a realignment was um I had it on the ground uh, in front of my house in the grass, and I used a single measuring tape. Was going by other videos what they were doing, and I was concerned that I wasn't doing it right because um, I was trying to measure the front of the rim with the tire to the back, side to side. What they were trying to tell me to do was measure to the middle of the tread pattern here, but in the front, uh, to from rim to rim, and that's how you kind of determine on how close together they are, which is camber, um, toe in or camber out or toe out. Um, but I was concerned that I wasn't doing a accurate measurement because I had the tie rod loose or off the bike, and every time that the bike got bumped in the grass, both rims would, you know, vibrate a little bit and perhaps come out of adjustment where I wanted it to. So, in turn, um, I've been since then I've been searching out a better way or better tool to use to do a realignment, and what I came up with was um, I found this realignment tool for a car, essentially. So, as you can see, there's a plate. It has on each side of it, towards the bottom, it has different little grooves where these um, measuring tips can sit in, and behind here that you don't see are basic tabs that sit on the bead of the rim on front and back that keeps the plate kind of square. And there's two plates that one goes one per rim, and it also comes with two measuring tapes that connect from one plate to the other. And you can see here that for example, like for what this says it's about 34 and 3/8 measurement, and it goes from front to back, and that's what the back says as well. So that tells me that the realignment for this is pretty much what where I need it at or where I want it at. Some people might tell you to toe in your rim or your rims on both sides to kind of slightly point towards each other. That way, I think the idea is at top speeds, what that helps with is keeps the bike from going into a speed wobble, because if it's slightly toe in, then that means that there's it's slightly uh, the front ends fighting each other, and it allows it to, like I said, when you're going downhill and at top speed, the bike's not going to want to speed wobble. ideally, because that's what they do in cars, they kind of have a slight toe in that that's how it keeps the vehicle from uh, speed wobble at speed. So, but here's my point of view with that idea is I want the bike to roll as efficiently as possible and to not have drag, and having toe in will cause drag on the bike. And in my case, the way my technique is I only have one. I have one powerful leg to use, um, and so I'm not the most efficient rider out there. So um, so what I'm saying is I'm not a high speed rider. So I'm not usually going more than 11 miles an hour top speed. So that's not going to throw this into a speed bubble. It's going to usually take about, I would say, maybe 45 to 50 miles an hour, which even going downhill, I don't generally reach that kind of speed. So, um, you know, like I said, but unless you are in a situation a lot where you find that you are going down a lot of hills, and maybe you should toe in just a little bit so you you don't allow the bike to have those speed wobbles on the top end. Um, so with that said, um, let me explain the tool a bit more. Um, like I said, this is a a tool set for a car, and but I figured it out. I figured out that it's actually as perfect for it to realign our tadpoles. Um, and this tool set is about $50 on Amazon. I will show you the link or the picture of that in the video. Um, so you can see the make, the model, the name. Um, if you're interested on going that route, but the thing is, something to remember is, are you actually doing how many realignments are you trying to do? Is it going to pay itself off? For me, I work on tracks, quite a bit, so I might this might actually pay itself off, you know, 3 or 4 times for me. So I mean, but if you have the same issues with how measurements and you know and having and trying to do it when this gets bumped and everything gets out of alignment, so you have to start over. This might be the way to go. And two, like I said, um, um, I when I put this on the table to set it up for realignment, I noticed um, that it's already pretty much straight. So I'm still gonna go through the motions with you to show you, you know, exactly to use this tool to adjust your tie rod and everything. So let me readjust you and get you a better view, and so you can actually see um how this is used. So as you can see, getting closer to the tool, uh, like I said before, it comes with two measuring tapes. These I bought separately because these measuring tapes are easier to read, because um, most measuring tapes only have the inches, and obviously in school you would learn what all the smaller lines are, such as like for example 35 inches and uh, 3/8 or whatever. Um, I bought these separately to easier to easy to read the measuring tapes to get so it'll take more of the guesswork out of what I'm trying to do. Um, so like I said, these go into the grooves. So as you can see on the far side of the tool, on the other rim, um, that's where the measuring tape starts to connect at, and it connects on this side with these little grooves. And what I like to do is I like to take a leveler and make sure these are level as possible. And if you can see that behind the plate, there's this little feet with the stopper that rests on the inside or the outside of the bead of the rim, so it keeps it keeps the plate like level, like straight up and down, and that is kind of important. And what the tool wants you to do is with these little pegs, they want you to rest them on the bead of the rim. And it doesn't matter if it's a bike rim or a car rim, that's where they go. So, um, and so as you have the tool set up like this, then you go behind. Then you, at this point, all you technically need to do is loosen up a a set nut on your tie rod, and there's one on each side of the tie rod. I'll show you in a second. I'll relocate the camera so you can see exactly where they are. And this goes from um, it's the same thing on the sun stickers that we have. So as you can see, um, here's the tie rod that connects the right side to the left side of the your system, and towards the end of where it connects to the linkage that connects to your each side of your rims, you see a set nut right here, and there's one on each side of the tie rod that you loosen up, and remember that your um these linkages are how they screw into the tie rod, that they are reverse thread. That means however this is threaded into the tie rod on this side, on the opposite side of the tie rod, it's the reverse thread of that. So the idea is once you loosen up this bolt and the one on the other side, is you can simply turn the tie rod either forward or backward or front to back towards of the bike, and you can see um, what it's going to do is it's going to make both rims either toe in or toe out, and um, and you'll be able to see it on the measuring tapes with the tool that you bought um, to realign the front end. Um, so you can really get a accurate measurement on what's going on. And get the once you get it perfectly straight how you want it, or like I said, do slightly toe in, you just simply lock the lock nuts into place so the tie rod doesn't move front or back to get the rims out of alignment, and that's that's typically what you do. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I explained that in detail enough in the video, but um, if you have any more questions and you made it to the end of the video, comment down below. Or if you think I deserve more of, if you're new watching this video, please subscribe if you think that I earned your subscription. And if you do, push the button, ring the bell, and do all the things. Um, and two, um, let me know if this type of realignment tool you'd be interested in, and just give me some input. Do you want me to go more into detail with this tool? And um, if you do, we could put this tool on one of our Sunseeker tricycles because, um, in my opinion, it's it's I bought this tool specifically so I can realign the Sunseeker's front end because um, I personally found out that um, the unique design of the Sunseeker's suspension that once you think you have a perfect alignment, what happens if the way that the suspension is, once the suspension's under load, that the suspension pulls the rims out of alignment. So what you do is when these are set up to do a realignment, you have someone sit on the seat, mimicking load, and then from that point you adjust the tie rod or adjust the rims back into alignment. So um, whenever you get on the bike to ride, that the suspension automatically pulls it straight. For some reason, the way that the suspensions set up or designed, um, that when when you get off the bike, the suspension relaxes and it pull in its relaxed state. It pulls the rims out or toe in, um, depending on how it's adjusted. And when I got one of those bikes, I learned that that's what the prior owner had issue with is it had too much. One of the tires were straight and one of the tires were toe in, and then they never figured out how to do a realignment, and it showed that um, that they tried to mess with it and never got situated. So that's why I had to buy this tool because I tried it a couple times on my own before I found out that um, that when, like I said, when the suspension's under load, it would have a totally different um, adjustment to it. So um, um, and I only figured that out until I got this tool because this tool um, I, as as you do alignment and by accident, well, as I was doing alignment and by accident I I put pressure on the suspension and I clearly saw how the plate would move once I did that after 5 different times of trying. And and then once I figured that out, all I had to do is have someone sit on the bike as I did the alignment, and that cleared that issue up. But only until I had this I didn't figure that out. So that's an unfortunate thing. But once you know, you know, I guess. But like I said, if you like how this video went, or want me to do another a demonstration with this tool on one of our sun seekers because of the added suspension issue, um, comment down below. I hope you this video was enlightening for you and gave you a lot of information. Um, Let me know. But with that said, um, make sure you have your water bottle. Make sure you get have your helmet and be safe out there when you ride and enjoy. Until next time, bye for now.